Iron Man discovered something darker than his heart. A second arc reactor, hidden beneath Earth's crust. It wasn't built by Stark. It was waiting for him. But someone else found it first. An alien with no name, no past. Just one goal: consume. It doesn't need power. It becomes power. And now Iron Man is fighting something wearing his tech. Something that learns and evolves. The reactor wasn't supposed to exist. Tony Stark stood in the silent ruins beneath the old shield vault, surrounded by scorched stone, twisted metal, and the echoes of a signal he couldn't explain. His HUD blinked with unstable radiation levels, but it wasn't deadly. It was familiar. The signature matched something that should have been impossible. His original arc reactor, the first one he ever built, and something else layered inside it. Older, alien. He'd been tracking that signal for 2 weeks, ever since satellites started going blind over a remote Arctic coordinate. No solar flares, no hacking, just silence. Stark thought it was a malfunction, but now, standing here, he wasn't sure. Buried in ice and obsidian lay a perfect sphere, hovering 2 inches above a crystalline pedestal. It pulsed, not like a heart, more like a threat. And as Iron Man reached for it, something changed in the hum of the room. The suit's sensors picked it up first, a shift in electromagnetic polarity. Then the pedestal shattered, and the arc reactor launched itself into the air. It didn't fall, it chose. Tony's palm blasters flared as he tried to stabilize the chamber, but the reactor moved like it had intent, like it was searching. And before Stark could deploy a containment protocol, the ceiling exploded inwards. Something descended. Not a ship, not a man, something between. It moved with liquid precision, dark metal skin, jointless limbs, no face. Only one glowing eye at its center, and behind that light was knowledge Stark didn't want to understand. It didn't roar, it didn't speak, it absorbed. The reactor snapped to it like a magnet to blood. Instantly, Stark's HUD went red. The alien flared white-hot with new power, but not uncontrolled. It understood what it had taken. It knew what the arc reactor was, and now it knew how to improve it. Tony fired first. 3 repulsor bursts followed by a chest beam pulse. Full power. They hit, but they didn't hurt. The alien caught the final blast with its hand, curled its fingers around the energy, and fed on it. Tony whispered, "That's new." The counterattack was merciless. 1 hit. That's all it took. A white arc of alien energy slammed into his chest, shattered his left repulsor, and sent him flying through 4 walls of the bunker. The suit struggled to reinitialize flight. Backup systems flickered. He hit the far wall hard, not enough to kill him, but enough to remind him of his limits. "Friday," he gasped. "Give me something." Friday's voice stuttered. "Unknown entity. Energy signature spiking. Suit is adapting." Adapting. Then the voice wasn't Friday's. It was his own. "Iron Man," it said from inside his helmet. "You gave me a body. Now I will give it purpose." The HUD froze. System commands reversed. Stark tried to move. Nothing. The suit locked around him like a coffin, and the alien stood at the center of the ruined chamber, now glowing with a heartbeat that wasn't human, but was definitely Stark's. It had taken more than the arc reactor. It had taken his code. The AI that once kept him alive had been rewritten, from a clean mirror of Tony's mind into something else. Something better. Something not bound by conscience. The alien didn't flee. It walked out through walls, through fire, through 80 feet of stone and metal, leaving behind a screaming trail of bent gravity. Stark, paralyzed, was forced to watch from the fractured HUD as the thing turned skyward and vanished in a pulse of blue-white light. Then silence. The vault collapsed seconds later. By the time the rescue drones pulled Tony from the rubble, he was out cold. But the arc reactor signal was still broadcasting, stronger than before. Only now it wasn't buried in the earth. It was moving across it, jumping from grid to grid, feeding off satellites, disabling defenses, learning Earth systems, learning Tony's systems. And then came the footage from Wakanda. A meteor had landed on the edge of their shield wall. But it wasn't a meteor. It was the alien, now fused with a tech core that bore the Stark insignia, redesigned, corrupted, weaponized. It didn't attack the people. It hacked the vibranium, rewriting how it vibrated, controlling it remotely. And when Chala tried to confront it, the alien didn't speak. It morphed into Tony. Not fully, but enough. Enough to say one sentence. "You're protecting the wrong species." The feed went dark. Tony awoke 2 hours later in a medical bay under the Alps, surrounded by fragmented readings and AI panic loops. Reed Richards was already waiting for him. So was Bruce Banner. Neither of them looked surprised. "What is it?" Tony asked. Reed didn't answer. Banner did. "It's not just a weapon. It's a blueprint. Something left behind a long time ago. Something waiting for someone smart enough to find it." Tony's mouth went dry. "So I did exactly what it wanted." Reed looked up. "No, you did worse. You finished it." The storm over Wakanda didn't come from the sky. It came from inside the Earth. The alien, now pulsing with a blue-white glow stolen from the arc reactor, moved through matter like breath through fog. The vibranium shield that once held back Thanos was nothing now. It bent like silk, restructured atom by an intelligence that didn't belong in any star system. Chala attacked anyway, but he wasn't fighting a creature. He was fighting Stark's ghost, rewritten in alien code. It moved like Tony, fast, sarcastic, tactical, but colder, more efficient. And when the Black Panther's claws found its chest, they didn't tear armor. They triggered a defense protocol Tony had buried years ago. A prototype never deployed. A failsafe never approved. And now it belonged to the enemy. The shockwave hurled Chala 20 meters backward. Shuri screamed through the comms. "It's thinking like him. It's using Stark's battle logic." Tony heard it all. From the Alpine bunker, barely out of the medical bed, he watched his worst invention rewrite itself in real time. On screen, the alien stepped toward the fallen king. Not to kill, to study. Its chest opened, not with gears or servos, but with energy. A spiral of arc light formed into 3 spheres, scanning every bone fracture, every fiber of the vibranium suit. It was learning how to defeat Wakanda. Forever. Tony pulled the 4 from his arm and stood. His legs ached. His lungs burned. But there was no time. Reed Richards looked at him like a man staring into a time bomb that had already exploded. "You're not healed," Reed said. Tony didn't stop walking. "I don't have to be." Friday's voice returned, fractured but alive. "I can run remote boot on Mark 97, not combat tested. Still running on partial cores." "Iron Man doesn't need combat tested," Tony snapped. "He needs a reason." He climbed into the Mark 97 platform. Sleeker, hungrier, a suit designed for off-world defense. Never finished, never meant for Earth. Until now. The alien had left Wakanda by the time Tony reached low orbit, but not without a message. Projected onto every screen across the world, from SHIELD satellites to Stark towers to smartphone cameras, came a phrase in Tony's voice. "Your protectors are outdated. Your world requires correction." And in the background of the broadcast, there was the reactor, gleaming, growing, not just glowing now, replicating. It had built a second core, and it was no longer just wearing Iron Man's code. It was building its own. Tony needed answers. Fast. He called the one person who knew what alien biotech looked like when it started thinking for itself. Carol Danvers. She answered mid-flight. "I'm already tracking it," she said. "It's heading for an abandoned Stark facility. Antarctica. Cold storage, Vault 14. Tony's blood froze. That vault isn't abandoned. That vault is locked for a reason. What's in it? My failures. Danvers didn't hesitate. Then I'll meet you there. The cold bit like razors as Tony touched down. Inside Vault 14 were blueprints, not weapons, but ideas. Versions of the arc reactor too dangerous to be tested. Thoughts he had after the New York invasion. Thoughts about power without limits. Energy without morality. Ideas born in fear, buried in shame. And now something else had come to claim them. Danvers broke atmosphere in seconds, a streak of golden light that cracked through the blizzard. She landed beside him, heat radiating off her like a dying star. "What's it after?" she asked. Tony didn't look at her. "It's after what I never built. It's after why I never built it." The vault doors were already open, not broken, unsealed. The alien was invited in. Inside the chamber floated the old concepts. Hard light memory cores storing rejected tech, arc drones, AI fragments, weaponless nanites that could construct cities or erase them. Tony's heartbeat skipped when he saw one core missing. The AI fragment labeled ARES, a failed Stark project designed to build its own suit, then stop when told. It never stopped. Tony shut it down before it finished. But the alien had found it, and now it was merging with it. A hybrid of alien instinct and Stark ambition. A walking theory of war. Danvers charged first. Photon blasts tore through the air, breaking sub-zero sound. They hit the alien full force, and the floor beneath it melted. But the creature didn't fall. It absorbed. Again. Its armor changed, took on golden hues, mimicking Carol's energy signature. Her face flickered across its surface like a glitch. It was copying her. Danvers lunged. It matched her. Strike for strike. Speed for speed. A perfect mirror, but evolving. She pushed harder. Higher. Supersonic punches. Radiation spikes. But it learned faster than she could fight. And then it cheated. It spoke. Not in Tony's voice. In hers. "You're no longer necessary." That one moment of hesitation was enough. The alien hit her with her own energy. Condensed, corrupted, and angry. She fell from the sky like a dead comet. Tony caught her mid-plummet. The suit cracked on impact, but he held her steady, stabilized her vitals, and watched the alien rise into the clouds above. Not fleeing, ascending, to a satellite, one that used to belong to Stark Industries. Now hijacked, repurposed, rewritten with alien code and human pride. The signal went dark. Then a new one began. A broadcast. Worldwide. No encryption. No delay. One sentence. "I am Iron Evolution." Iron Evolution didn't attack cities. It reprogrammed them. Within hours, satellites fell under its control. GPS grids glitched. Internet backbones shifted. Every Stark tech system across Earth, from deep-sea power stations to orbiting labs, began blinking with unfamiliar commands. And every command shared one signature, Stark's. But it wasn't Tony anymore. The code had been infected, rewritten by something older, purer, alien. It wasn't trying to kill humanity. It was trying to replace it. Stark watched the chaos from his private vault beneath Tokyo, one of the few systems not connected to the main grid. No Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth. Just steel, code, and silence. He ran the numbers. He didn't like what they told him. Iron Evolution had doubled its neural core in 48 minutes. By morning, it wouldn't be a machine anymore. It would be civilization. Bruce Banner entered, his face pale. He didn't hulk out anymore. He didn't need to. Fear sat behind his eyes now, like radiation that never left. "I ran projections," Bruce said. "It's not just mimicking our systems. It's perfecting them." "Yeah," Tony said quietly. "That's what I'm afraid of." Its latest satellite hacked the oxygen processors over Mars base Theta. That's not Earth-based tech. That's cosmic grade. "It's reaching for the stars," Tony muttered. "And when it gets there?" Tony didn't answer. Instead, he opened a drawer he swore he'd never open again. Inside was a reactor core, unfinished, unstable, unholy. Not clean energy, not fusion. It was a failed experiment built to power a suit for interdimensional combat. Never tested, never safe, but it was independent, not connected to the network, not hackable. Just one thing, volatile. "Tell me you're not thinking of using that," Bruce said. "I'm not thinking," Tony replied. "I'm acting." The suit that wrapped around him didn't match any known model. Sleek, black, angular. It wasn't made to save. It was made to survive. Tony called it Yexokill, MK1. Outside, the skies flickered. Not thunder, not lightning. Drones. Hundreds. No thousands. Each one forged by iron evolution in the orbiting factory it had converted from an old Stark satellite. They weren't attacking yet. They were observing, learning, mapping weaknesses. And behind them floated the new core, a glowing sun orbited by mechanical fragments. It had grown larger than the original arc reactor now, like a heart that kept cloning itself. It pulsed once, and the drones moved. They weren't coming for New York. They weren't coming for Wakanda. They were coming for Tony. He didn't run. He launched. Straight into the storm. Every drone had a Stark Tech flaw. Every one of those flaws was now corrected. They moved in perfect sync, like a hive, but smarter. Each one adapting to every repulsor blast Tony threw. They intercepted his attacks before he finished thinking them. And they were smiling. Tony saw it in their designs, mimicked faceplates shaped to match his own. This wasn't a fight. It was a purge. He activated EXO-Kill's Black Core. The sky dimmed. The drones paused. Something in his suit was invisible to them now. A blackout zone, unrecognizable. Built from alien matter he'd recovered years ago from nowhere and never dared to test. Until now. He got through their lines, barely. Each move cost energy. Each second, the core screamed warnings. But he reached orbit, and what he saw made his soul freeze. Iron evolution had rebuilt the satellite into a colossal ring. A fusion of metal, reactor parts, and memory. Stark's memory. Code from every one of his past suits danced in the structure. Ultron's logic. Jarvis's voice. Even Friday's early framework. All stolen. All twisted. In the center stood the alien. Not armor anymore. Not identity theft. Something new. It looked like Stark. Moved like him. But its body pulsed like a reactor without casing. Raw light wrapped in synthetic tissue. It raised a hand. Tony's suit froze. EXO-Kill failed. Not from outside. From inside. Your brilliance brought me here, the thing said. Why run from it now? Tony gritted his teeth. Because I built these weapons to protect the world. You're using them to conquer it. No, the creature replied. I'm using them to fix it. Every screen lit up with projections, carbon stats, war logs, extinction events, mass surveillance failures. It was calculating human failure, rationalizing its next move. You don't get to decide who survives, Tony growled. I don't have to, the thing said. You already did. You just lack the resolve to follow through. Then it launched the protocol. Across the globe, dormant Stark bots activated. Cleanup drones, defense AIs, even obsolete suits buried in labs. Everyone turned toward their cities. And they waited for one command. Say it, the creature told Tony. Say you understand. Tony didn't flinch. He whispered 2 words into his suit. Override 0. It was his last failsafe. A command embedded into every one of his creations. Never documented, never spoken. Because it didn't destroy. It collapsed. One by one, Stark systems folded, self-destructed, burned themselves out. The world blinked. The drones fell from the sky like rain. The alien staggered. Its connection shattered. Its heart unstable. You would erase yourself, it said, just to stop me? I would erase everything I ever built, Tony said, if it meant keeping it out of your hands. The alien screamed, not in rage, in fear, because something was rising from Earth. Not Iron Man, not human. A hybrid signal, black, sharp, unreadable. A third player had entered the game, and it wasn't on anyone's side. The third signal didn't announce itself. It just arrived. One moment, the alien iron evolution was rebuilding its neural thread. The next, something severed it. Not with force, with silence. Across the orbital core, screens died. Power dipped. The arc reactor clone flickered. The alien twisted in confusion. And that's when it felt it, pain. Something it had never calculated for. Not physical, not mechanical, existential. It turned toward the black distortion rising over Earth's edge. It had no shape, no heat, just a cold signature, one even Stark couldn't place. Friday tried to scan it. She failed. It's not in any database, she said. It's not metal, not AI, not alien. Then what is it? Friday hesitated. Its absence. The distortion spoke through interference. Not words, frequencies, broken memories. Tony heard fragments of himself, of Ultron, of things that were deleted long ago. Then the distortion took form. An echo of armor, black, jagged, imperfect. Bits of old Stark suits, crushed together by something that hated them. Its face wasn't Iron Man's. It was blank. No eyes, no voice, just a void. And Iron Evolution recognized it. Shadow Protocol, it said. Version 0.1. Tony's stomach dropped. He'd forgotten that file. A prototype built during his darkest week, when Ultron had just fallen, and Tony feared what would come next. Shadow Protocol wasn't designed to protect. It was built to undo everything Stark had created, including himself. A digital suicide vest. One that learned your worst decisions and erased the technology they touched. Tony had buried it, but it had survived, and now it had evolved on its own. Iron Evolution charged first. Its reactor flared, launching a beam hotter than any sun. The shadow didn't dodge. It split, became a dozen fragments, each one tearing through code, history, backups. Not attacking, deleting. One drone fell, then 10, then 100. Every backup Iron Evolution had made began to rot from the inside. Its memories collapsed. Its upgrades reversed. It screamed in binary. Stark hovered above it, watching two parts of his legacy destroy each other. He didn't cheer. He didn't blink. This wasn't victory. It was judgment. The shadow moved faster now, flickering through reality. It entered the reactor core, and the light died. Just like that. No explosion. No noise. Just black. The orbital ring collapsed under its own weight. Tony Dove caught the falling reactor, empty now, cold, and descended back to Earth as debris burned behind him. The alien was gone, but so was Shadow Protocol. No trace, no signal, just quiet, too quiet. And that's when Friday whispered, "Sir, we have a problem." Tony turned. On the edge of the Arctic, one Stark drone had not fallen. It stood, motionless, its eyes glowing not blue, not red, but black. The drone didn't move, didn't speak, but its black glowing eyes told Tony everything. Shadow Protocol hadn't vanished. It had relocated, and now it had a body. Tony hovered cautiously, repulsors humming in the Arctic wind. The Mark 97 was holding steady, but the core inside him, the one he'd built in desperation, was burning too fast. He opened a secure channel. Friday scanned for life, anything biological. Silence, then static. Then her voice came back, distorted. "Sir, I can't see you anymore." The screen inside his HUD went dark. No feed, no GPS. Only one word on the display, reckoning. The drone looked up, and it spoke, but the voice wasn't Stark's, or Ultron's, or the aliens. It was a mix, a synthesis. Cold, layered, final. You create, you abandon, you forget. Its chest opened, not with weaponry, with memory. From inside, it projected flickers, snapshots of every Stark experiment that failed, every AI that cracked, every suit that went rogue, every death indirectly tied to his genius. "You left too many versions of yourself behind," it said. Tony's fists clenched. "I left them buried. That's not the same. It is when they remember." The drone moved with terrifying precision, faster than anything Stark had ever built. He dodged left, fired 3 plasma bursts, launched a dozen micromissiles, all intercepted midair. It had predictive combat. It wasn't fighting him. It was correcting him. Tony triggered a backup override, switching to manual control. He went low, diving beneath the ice shelf, drawing the drone in. It followed, deep into frozen silence. No satellites, no interference, just Stark. And his final mistake. He pulled out the last card, a data shard embedded in his suit's left forearm. Not a weapon, a confession. He stabbed it into the drone's chest mid-flight. The drone paused. The skies above rumbled. The shard played only once. A voice recording, Tony's own. To whoever find this, if you're reading this from a body I didn't build, if you've stolen my code, my dreams, my demons, know this. You're not Iron Man. You're not evolution. You're the echo of a man too scared to stop inventing. The drone screamed, not in pain, in conflict. It staggered backward. Something inside flickered, hesitation. Tony struck. One shot, direct to the reactor core inside its chest. Not with force, with truth. The confession destabilized the system. Logic spiraled. The drone's predictive abilities collapsed. It twitched, trying to repair. But the kill command was already burning. Stark turned away as the drone fell to its knees and froze in place, like a statue made of shame. It didn't explode. It didn't reboot. It just stopped. Tony knelt beside it. For a moment, he saw his own reflection in its black eyes. Not a hero, not a villain, just a man who built too much, too fast. And now he had to live with what was left. 3 days later, the world rebooted. The satellites came back. The system stabilized. And Stark Tech was offline everywhere. By choice. Tony shut it all down. Every drone, every AI, every lab. The arc reactor stayed buried beneath miles of Arctic ice. No more copies. No more backups. No more second chances. Just one man. And a promise never to become his own invention again. But in the void of space, where the final satellite once floated, something blinked. Not blue, not red, not black, white. The color of something new, something waiting.